Our next story is on a subject that scares many, mental illness, because there's so much we don't understand. In any given year, 5% of Americans have serious mental health problems. Many cases, mood disorders, PTSD, addiction, according to a government study, go untreated. But tonight, Dr. Sanjay Gupta is going to show you a new kind of surgery that literally changes the way our brains work.
For as long as Edie Guyton can remember, she could not get the sad thoughts out of her head.
I mean, my mother used to say to me, "Smile, Edie, why don't you smile?" And I would, give something like that maybe, or just think, what is there to smile about?
At 19, her blank face reflected what would later be diagnosed as severe depression.
That expression is the best I could do.
What's it like to look at it now?
I feel sorry for her. I feel bad for her that she couldn't smile, that she couldn't talk to people about, what is going on with her that would lead her to cut her wrist several months later.
It was her sophomore year. Academic and social pressures were the trigger. And one night,
for reasons that are inexplicable to me, even now, got up and started playing with a razor. And
you cut your wrists. Mm-hmm. You cut both your wrists?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She went into counseling, but it didn't help. Over the next 40 years, she tried everything else, including psychiatric drugs and electroconvulsive shock therapy.
And then there was a few years that I think I felt pretty good, but then I went back down, and I went back down very deep.
There were 2 more suicide attempts before she conquered the demon. What finally worked? Well, if you could look inside Edie Guyton's head today, this is what you'd see.
I don't think about it, but I have electrodes in my brain.
2 electrodes, the thickness of angel hair pasta, powered by a battery pack under her collarbone.
And the wire goes up here and then into my brain.
Specifically to a part of the brain known as Area 25. It's an experimental treatment.
So what are we looking at here?
Pioneered by neurologist Dr. Helen Mayberg.
The X is where we're stimulating.
Since the mid-1990s, Mayberg has been using high-tech imaging to study the brain circuits that control our moods. She figured out that Area 25 is a junction box in the center of it all.
Okay, here we go, Charlie.
Mayberg's research also showed that in depressed patients, Area 25 is relatively overactive.
Here, again, you can see Area 25, except now it's red as opposed to blue, because this is an increase.